Hello, Aquarius. I'm going to do your October reading now. Let's see what's going on for you this month. Start out with some oracle cards and then I'll get to the tarot. You've got emotions are running high, supermoon. What else? And full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. Wow, this is a pretty big energy. It may be quite uncomfortable for you to deal with this, I will be honest. It is a very fiery energy, and supermoon and the full moon in Aries, this has a tendency to be quite explosive, okay? So you may want to be a little bit careful this month because this is an agitated energy is what I'm getting. It's like something is like, bubbling, ready to explode sort of thing. And it could be emotional in nature, but it could also be that somebody stepped on your tail, the way the saying goes, or stepped on your toes the wrong way. And you may be quite explosive this month. On a positive note, it could be that you're actually becoming more aware of your emotions here. You know, you are the type of sign that tends to be quite unemotional. As an air sign, I'm an air sign myself, so I rarely get very emotional, though I do have some water in my chart, but it's just not the way we operate. It's like when emotions do come up, they tend to be so foreign to us, like a foreign language. It's like, oh, what is this thing? It seems very unpleasant. So I do feel like you may be experiencing something like that this month. There's something unpleasant like bubbling up in your emotions. Now, the Aries could also be that you may need to take action towards something that is important to you, but just be careful the way you're taking action towards that because it could come across as unkind, or, just don't be unkind to yourself and don't be unkind to others. Aries is quite argumentative, it's quite bullyish, so yeah, it's a bit intense. I'm not gonna lie, Aquarius. It's quite intense here. So let's see what the tarot has for you. Hopefully you can see the cards. What do we have for Aquarius for October? I do feel like somebody is annoying you this month, Aquarius. Okay, the High Priestess fell out of here, but I wasn't really thinking about anything, so. I do feel like somebody is annoying you this month, so just be careful of that. Messages for Aquarius. All right, give me a minute. you don't see coming here is the Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. I feel like you are standing up for something that you are, something that's yours, something that is precious to you. My precious. Okay, that came to my mind from Lord of the Rings. But it could be a situation like that where it's like somebody is challenging you, your possessions, but it may not necessarily be like an object or something. It could be something that is quite near and dear to you, and you're like, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to punch you in the face. Don't do that, Aquarius. Don't punch anyone in the face. But it feels like you want to this one, that's for sure. So yeah, be careful with that. You know, I did Capricorn's reading yesterday, and Capricorn had the same Queen of Swords in the same position, and they had the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I can even remember saying to Capricorn they should watch the Aquarius reading. So I'm going to tell you to watch the Capricorn reading, because there's some sort of weird interplay going on here. But anyway, your energy is completely different, but I just remember the Queen of Swords showed up in the same position. So I think that's kind of, yeah, there must be a message in there somewhere. I do feel like, I don't remember if I said this to Capricorn, but the Queen of Swords is an embodiment of truth. So as the month progresses for you, I feel like you're learning to detach yourself in a very Aquarian fashion, because the Queen of Swords is you. I feel like it's you. It does represent your element. It's like you're trying to detach yourself from whatever this intense emotional situation is here. There's some sort of a change happening for you here. It's quite a big change with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like you're trying to detach yourself, like to kind of observe yourself a little bit more. The Queen of Swords is quite detached, but not entirely detached, not like the King of Swords. She still remains understanding of the situation. So even though somebody may step on your toes this month, you still try to kind of understand where they're coming from, but not in a way that is compromising your truth, if that makes sense. But I feel like somebody is challenging something, you know, that you're quite possessive of. Could be money, because you do have the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here. Could be money, could be as simple as that. Somebody is just trying to kind of, I don't know, take a jab at you and in some sort of way that has to do with money. So take that if it resonates. Kind of drawn to the way these queens are kind of not seeing each other. They're not facing each other. They're facing away from each other. So this particular conflict going on here could be with another queen. Doesn't matter the gender here, male or female, whichever you are, although most of my viewers are female, so, you know. There is some sort of conflict here of interests with someone else, another person. Could be some sort of a disagreement here about finances, about your stability, about you know, the way you make money versus how the other person makes money. You know, there's something here that's going on with the tangible, you know, the earthy realm. You know, the stuff that the everyday life kind of thing. Could be that you're turning your back on someone, or you could be turning your back on someone on some sort of an aspect of yourself that is more caring, more nurturing. You could be saying no to someone because the Queen of Swords, she's very much a no type of person, but not like in a mean way. She does say no when it's needed to say no. So I feel like whatever is bubbling over here, it's like you're saying, no, okay, that's enough. I'm not going to do that anymore. And you may put your pentacle down or put it back in your wallet, and you may lift your sword and say, I don't have it anymore. I don't have anything to give anymore, or something of that sort. Of course, I'm being metaphorical here, but hopefully you get my point. I do want to see what this Wheel of Fortune is about. What is the Wheel of Fortune here for? For some of you, this is a change for the better when it comes to your income, like how much you make. But it's the Queen of Pentacles also has to do with how we value ourselves. So, you know, you might be changing in a way where you don't let other people take advantage of you, even though you're could be nurturing and kind and caring, but perhaps you're kind of like turning off the tap on that, and you just kind of give to yourself more than you give to others. The King of Wands, okay. This is Sagittarius energy. You may have a Sagittarius in your life, or you could have Sagittarius in your chart somewhere. I do feel like this change could be triggered by someone else, okay? Because you've got a lot of court cards here. So I feel like there's a lot of people involved in this situation. It could also be an Aries. The King of Wands is an Aries. But with the Wheel of Fortune is also Sagittarius. So take that as it resonates. I do feel like there's a change here initiated by someone that impacts you and probably impacts someone else as well, someone else in your life. Or you could be the one initiating it, but I do see you as this Queen of Swords. It's kind of interesting how these two people are kind of, their backs are turned to you and your back to them. So there's a change here that's, you know, there might be some sort of separation going on between you and these two other people, or maybe it's just one person, whichever. It's the Wheel of Fortune is usually not something that is in our control, and because it has the King of Wands attached to it, I feel like this change is it's triggered by someone else. I'm trying to get a little bit more on this, but I mean, it's, you know, your cards aren't negative, but it's yeah, it's a change of some sort. Yeah, there's definitely a separation going on here with the Six of Swords. Either this King of Wands is exiting your life, or you are exiting theirs. Again, it could be an Aries or a Sagittarius. But there's a transition happening here, okay? I do feel like it's between you and this other person. There is a transition, a separation here. Somebody could be literally moving somewhere else with the Six of Swords. But yeah, there seems to be some sort of division here. You know, it's a separation of interests, of assets, of something of that sort. So for some of you, this could be that you don't get along with your parents anymore, and you know, you kind of go your own way. Or maybe there's a spouse situation where you don't get along anymore and you need to separate. Whatever this is for you, there is some sort of conflict going on here, and this change seems to be initiated by someone else. But again, it could be you. Take it as it resonates. But I do see you standing your ground here with the Queen of Swords. You're not backing out of the situation. You're just kind of speaking your truth. You're being very clear, very to the point. And you seem to be quite unsentimental about the situation, even though at the beginning, you know, you could be kind of like bubbling over a little bit and being, you know, quite agitated and annoyed. I see you kind of like gliding, you know, into your default mode of, okay, this is what's happening. I'm going to intellectualize it. I'm going to make it logical and tangible. And this is how things are. But there will be an intense situation for you this month, that's for sure. So you may have to be prepared with that. I feel like I should get you some advice. What advice do you have for Aquarius? Give me some advice, please. Got the Magician. I heard trust yourself. Okay. That's also the Queen of Swords. It's someone that trusts themselves. I do feel like things will work on in your favor here, though, whatever this is. I don't feel like you're going to be suffering like a lot of losses or anything like that. I feel like you're going to be on your feet. Two of Wands. Yeah, don't be afraid to venture outside your comfort zone with the Two of Wands. You do seem to be supported here by, I don't know, the universe, your guides, whatever this is. I feel like you are quite protected. There is nothing, there's no repercussions like serious ones happening to you, but you are going through a difficult time this month. And your advice is to kind of look out there to see what else is new for you to explore. And the Magician here as advice, this is to trust yourself, to trust in your abilities, that whatever it is you may need to leave behind this month, you can redo it again. You can rebuild it, probably into something better. If not better, at least different. There's something different out there for you. I don't know, the Magician with the Two of Wands, this is quite a... yeah, it's like an unusual energy. It may be something outside your comfort zone that you're being called towards doing. And if that's the case, then, you know, the message here is for you to go ahead and do it. Even if it doesn't, you know, it really puts you out of your stability and your usual situation. So yeah, it's an intense month. Probably more intense than you would like it to be. It does seem to be a lot of ruffled feathers here in some way, but I do feel like you're going to be okay. You're just going to kind of detach yourself from whatever this situation is. And I feel like you're going to find some other goal out there, you know, outside the previous circumstances you were in. So that was my reading for you, Aquarius. I wish you the best and I will see you soon. Take care.